Dr. Shaji Kudiyat is with us. Welcome to the Meethi Goli Talk Show, Dr. Shaji Kudiyat. We are live now here on the Meethi Goli Talk Show on the Art of Healing Gurukul YouTube channel. We are going to talk about cancer. Before that, let me introduce about our dynamic person, dynamic doctor, that is Dr. Shaji Kudiyat. He is an innovative and pioneering homeopathic physician and a researcher and a thought leader who practices at Philippines and also in India at the Dynamic Science Academy or DSA Center, Global Care Center. And here he is a man of many firsts. And let me introduce the few of the first. The first to introduce the dynamic science, the science of the new generation to the world, and the first to introduce homeopathy in the Philippines, and he's known as the father of homeopathy in Philippines, and the first to formulate the DSA treatment, the dynamic scientific approach to prevent and treat and rehabilitate the diseases, especially the cancer. So, this is a very dynamic approach, and today we are going to discuss more about the cancers, how they originate, and what are the treatments, and especially the dynamic sense approach innovated by Dr. Shaji Kudiyat. Dr. Shaji Kudiyat has his the MD homeopathy, and he is also has this research in the cancer and many other diseases. He is also a man of letters. He has written a book. He's the author of the book called as Homeopathic Medicine: An Unavoidable Medical Revolution, which was published at the St. George Homeopathic Research and Development Center at San Pablo City, Philippines. He's also the columnist in the Barangay Weekly newspaper in Philippines from 1995 to 1997. So, Dr. Shaji Kudiyat, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And yes, so it was a incredible, profile you have, and you're doing wonders by treating so many people suffering from cancer. So let us discuss about the development of cancer, how actually the cancer develops. Nowadays, I see that every other person in the family is suffering from cancer. I have seen people in the neighbors, my own family history. In my family, also, there are two patients of cancer. Myself being a second time survivor of cancer. So, you see that how this cancer is multiplying like an epidemic, every day we see so many patients lined up in the queue in the hospitals as well. So the treatment is which is so aggressive, and chemotherapy and so many things. Of course, we are going to discuss about the development of cancer, and through the words of Dr. Shaji Kudiyat. Please explain, sir.
Thank you, Dr. for this invitation. So, the most of all, cancer is one of the diseases of our time. The reason is that the whole world treats cancer without understanding how cancer. Only if you understand from where, then only we can give a treatment that rightly cure cancer by striking at the root of the root of the matter and brought to the awareness of friend and family. So everybody are in dark. So even doctors, patients, everybody are in dark. Why it is happening? Because medical research is merely limited to the physical. The physical plane is only one component of our healthy existence of system. There are dynamic components that are involved in the creation of our living phenomena. They are totally neglected in the world today. The science we are using to develop tech and engineering, which is called material, is applied in studying or conducting research living organisms, which is working in a holistic perspective or in a non-linear. So, in a non-linear plane or scientific perspective, the research has multiple parameters that is not happening in science. For example, the thoughts of a person are happy, sad, or angry, the vacancy of that person totally. So, when the present medical science researches in low grade animals, like small low grade animals, their intellectual, biological, physiological needs are totally different from that of. So the impact of the proving is only limited to proving. The subjective proving side totally neglected. That is one of, and even the physiological proving, even the objective proving is very different the proving that can happen. So the net effect of the proving is totally different and which have a negligible impact. So that proving then applied on a human is not a correct way to do. It is an imperfect way and very incomplete. So the result also will be perfect and incomplete. That's why many so-called scientifically proven medicine in conventional or allopathic system are forced to retract or from the market after a few years because it is producing side effects. So these are important. Then the so-called scientific medicine is not scientific at all. It is introduced as scientific by a single man, high school teacher, Rockefeller and Carnegie funded report called Flexner, written by a high school teacher. So, in his report, for favoring the employees Rockefeller and to boost their business in these Abraham Flexner, a high school teacher, neither a medical doctor, added biochemical scientific. So that was that happened in and by the political and economic influence of two personalities and their corporate, they implemented and legal in America and closed down very prominent and established medical college system of India, and they strictly prohibit through America the practice of homeopathy in India and shut down all other systems other than the biochemical system of medicine.
Okay.
Then
Sir,
after First World War and
sorry to
Second World
interrupt you.
War,
Am I audible and are you clear there? There is no re-echoing?
yeah, you are audible to me, but when while I
It's still there. Re-echoing there is there.
yes, yes.
Yes. So, yeah, you can continue with this, and if possible, we are going to do this live again on Zoom. So, if this live goes wrong, sir will have to come again on Zoom maybe next week or so.
Okay,
So,
okay. Let us
yeah. So about the Rockefeller, we were telling about that we all know about what he did, and how, as he was himself was taking and his family was taking treatments, homeopathic treatments, but later suddenly he went against homeopathy and did a lot of conspiracy. So yeah, so that's a well-known thing which is known by most of the people. And I'm coming to your personal thing, like what inspired you to to conduct this cancer specialization, and being an expert in cancer. So how did you conduct this research, and what inspired you?
yeah, it is a desire in me. My when I am 15 years old, studying school, I got a desire to like worthy on others. I need to contribute something for the generation in which I am living. So I thought in that time I heard the read in newspapers is one of the most diseases of our time. Amazing declared war against cancer, getting billions of dollars cancer research, but they and I am hearing paper those reports that so many people are cancer. So a thought came to my if I will be able to fight cancer in my lifetime, that will be a great contribution to generation, the generation to come my lifetime. So I started to think what is to be done for that. So I was just an average student. Then I learned from a doctor. So I studied hard. That time I get good marks. I joined pre-degree in 1979. Then I got colleges to study. But that pre-degree time was difficult time for me. I didn't get admission for BSc chemistry. I completed with the good marks for college. Then after what next came to my mind, that time I decided to continue my research on cancer. Then at that I was interested. So I wrote medical entrance with the conventional allopathic medicine, homeopathy choices, and I got grade in homeopathy. And then after year on itself, I convinced that is the for me, and I was destined to be a homeopathy doctor. So my search for cure of cancer started since then. But I was regularly in meditative process and continuous questioning and answering my what is cancer, who controls cell multiplication, all these things. So it is a series of questions that happened in my mind ultimately to identify the relation between my vital DNA that explains who controls the genetic makeup of it.
Yes.
Because as we all know, there are changes that happen in every creature before the development of cancer. So through dynamic science, we can clearly understand how cancer develops, control of that also help me to look for causes that produce cancer in all possible dimensions and that to identify and rectify cause can, and we can treat cancer with a complete, with no other system of medicine. So that's why I promote our DSA dynamic scientific approach, that is homeopathic medicine based and dynamic DSA methodology. That's safe cancer prevention.
Yes. So, what do you think that how does this mutation and epigenetics which take place in a human body, which produces this cancer, and all? So, earlier you explained about the thought process and the emotions and all that, but how does that involve the mutation? In this. So, how does that go so deeper? With your thought process, how will you explain it? Like, and what kind of treatments? How do you conduct the homeopathic treatment? Is it in the normal classical homeopathy, like which we all do, or is it some special process or of case taking or something like which you do for this?
And everything is holistic based on science, which is in line with the homeopathic approach. I give only homeopathic identification and rectification of fundamental causes that produce the problem, along with the judicious application of surgery. So we have identified particular reasons for cancer affinity to each organ. That is one of our professional things or professional matter, which is we are applying in understanding each cancer. And if you have a right breast cancer, it left cancer. If you have a uterine cancer, prostate cancer, I know what is happening with that. So when the patient come say I have a right breast cancer, I know the personality of that person, what is going in the life of that person, what is happening in the relationship of that person, so I can help the patient to identify, guide them to reverse that. And if it is within the reversible limit, we can progress to the fourth or irreversible, along with this guidance, with application of surgery and application of homeopathic medicine that beyond the physical plane to influence and reiterate the purity or vital and dynamic components, we can reverse. That's why my cancer patients are short life. They are 28 years and 27, 25 years. How many years they survive without and the limitation is that the patient to help them. If the patient fail to identify their and uh, reserve their efforts to reverse themselves, trying to cure everything through medication, they may, medicine play a secondary role, but the most important role to the patient, especially the patient herself.
Okay. So with the homeopathic medicine, you boost the person's immunity through immunity, and then the person themselves they regain their health. It's that way.
Yeah, actually, directly bring optimization, the purity, regain the help in regaining the purity vital. And our vital force control our DNA.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
when the vital force is purified, the reversal of cancer happens. But it is equally important that our possibilities to damage the vital force eliminate,
Yes, so,
and
audience,
that is the
vital
relevance of
force. I would like to quickly remind people that vital force is nothing but the energy in your body, the spirit, the soul of your body. So it carries that energy, which helps in your immune defense mechanism of the body. So this is where the homeopathy plays an important role to awaken your spirit, to energize your spirit, to energize your soul, so that it can start taking on all the functions of your body and re-energizing each and every cell and tissue of your body. Homeopathy itself is energy medicine, where there are totally potentized medicines which help in regaining the total process of the body, mind, and soul, maintaining the equilibrium between the mind, body, and soul. So, this is what Dr. Shaji Kudiyat is talking about. So, yeah, I wanted to ask you about like what is the curative aspect of the homeopathic medicines which you give? Now, there are people, even homeopaths, who prescribe like the biochemic medicines, the back flavor medicines. There are patents also in homeopathy. Then there are certain cancer specialists in homeopathy who also give some treatments like mistletoe treatments, and there are various kinds of approaches where they provide relief to the cancer patients. So, what do you think about those?
mostly I'm not using. I my approach is derived from my guru, Dr. used to get treat lot of patients, and it is not exactly class homeopathy as Hahnemann teach, but it is a constitutional or mycenatic with a 200 or above potency, along with the organ specific medicine based on indications, and also sometimes medical medicines or in even other teachers and people are all judiciously selected according to the need of the situation from patient to patient.
Okay.
So the constitutional medicine is selected specifically through is taking, and the pathological or organ medicines are also selected with the, but the pathology based medicine is 30 or less than 30 with the constitutional miasma or above 200. And if I get a exactly minimum that indicates to the patient as a single medicine, if I get it, I apply that, but that not always happen.
Okay.
So I then select that my guru has and I find valid because our vital force is actually a union of many vibrations, each of which control each organ, each system, each cell in our body.
Okay.
So that union is the vital. So when disease develops, when deviation of the from health to unhealth, this happens in the vital force when the energy that controls the affected organ gets because the vital force is the sum of them. So ultimately, we need to correct the damage to either through the affected organ or the sum of them, that is the force. So we can make the application happen multiple. So I apply both methods. So I constitutional or I apply three methods. One is constitutional medicine, second is the organ specific medicine, along with the other technique, mother tincture, that will give a supplement.
Okay.
Then also Bach flower medicine. And also identification and rectification of the that made the force or the particular energy.
Okay.
So a union of all these of these can correct, which is giving with the maximum impact.
Okay. So I would like
If
to
it is
ask
within
you.
the if the within the possible limits.
Okay. So, what kind of patients do come to you? Are they critical patients, or like like the in the critical last phase of the metastasis, or those people who are undergoing allopathic medications like the chemotherapy and all those radiation and all. So, what kind of patients come to you, and then how do you help them? Can you just tell me?
So I am involved in this kind of treatment. Initially, I used to get a terminal.
Terminally.
So I was able to help some of. Now I am getting all stages of care, including terminal patients. Terminal patients of 4 stage do anything. We can give extended life with the best quality of life.
Hmm.
Up to third stage, we can give better results along with the supplement.
Okay.
So now I am getting first third patients also, and they are good results. The one getting long survival.
Okay. Can you give some examples of one or two cases like where you have where the
Yeah,
patients are
most
really happy?
yeah most of my patients are mostly in Philippines. Most are breast cancer, both the right and left. There are different reasons to our left cancer, breast cancer.
Breast cancer patients. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Do you
yes.
have any cases of
So
the colon cancer and uh,
yeah,
the
we have
cervical
colon.
cancer?
Yeah, we have website. You can see testimonies of different cancer.
Okay.
There are bone cancer, there are breast cancer, colorectal cancer,
Yes.
multiple kinds of cancers are there. And
Okay.
so, uh, in different stage, and they are surviving for some. So, thyroid cancer, and even benign tumor, and all treat now.
Yes,
And,
benign tumors. And
um,
does homeopathy help in reducing the benign tumors?
yes, yes,
So,
myoma, uterus, which is fibroids, we can cure it with the medicines and lifestyle and my generally speaking, breast, uterus, ovarian cancers are very common now. Generally speaking, these organs are female organs. These organs are generally affected when a loses her female nature, either knowingly or unknowingly. And the world where
yes.
women are employed or occupied, which stresses them because
Yes.
there are many corruption happening, mental, emotional, and food and the air. Uh, every level there are corruption.
Yes,
In
yes.
the
So, what
mental
about
plane,
adulteration and pollution as well also plays a major role in
yeah,
cancers?
penetrate the pollution. I it is also important. I give 10%, 10%. But 73 to 7, 77 to 90 give mental, emotional, spiritual.
What is the
Spiritual
main
reasons of
reason? But yes, continue. Wanted to ask you what is the first main reason or the most commonest reason we can say or topmost reason for developing cancer?
it varies from different organs. The breast cancer, right breast cancer, one reason. Left uterine cancer, another reason. Prostate cancer, another. There are
Multiple
particular
reasons for
emotions and
multiple reasons for multiple cancers, right?
multiple organ affinities.
Mm, okay.
Say right breast cancer may spread liver, brain, but may not spread left breast cancer. If the reason is
Okay. So, do you
and
prescribe investigations? Do you prescribe investigations?
pardon,
Do you write
of my
investigations
pain,
for? Suppose if you
most
suspect that some patient who has come to you, you suspect it's a cancer. Do you write the investigations?
yes, definitely.
Okay.
That is to get the patient to be convinced and to do the follow up. Uh, I appreciate all investigations completed, uh, but mostly don't prefer needle biopsy. I prefer X-ray biopsy and tumor markers. All the MRI, all these things we suggest because these are evidence to prove our treatment is effective
Correct. Correct.
and the survival of the patient.
Yes. To prolong the survival of the patient, to lessen the mortality rate, and also the prime thing is that you need to improve the quality of life of the patient. So, what is more important is that the medicines, which play a very important role in doing all this, the homeopathic medicines, especially the patients who are on chemotherapy or radiation, they have so many side effects, and the people may be having, the persons may be suffering from acidity, there may be hair fall, there may be lot of fatigue and all these things, and which can be taken care by homeopathic medicines. Yes, can you explain about carcinosin, which is a very common remedy which we give to patients, with
Yeah,
cancers?
I give carcinosin also if there is history of cancer in the family, and the patients are very uh, neat, clean, daily uh, insert mental ability of like that. So it all depends upon your constitutional of
Yes. So, what do you
and
think is the preventive aspect? Now, there have been some patients with me who had surgery, cancer surgery, and they asked me for the preventive aspect. Yeah, and they consulted me for that, and then I gave some medicines so that won't occur again. What do you think about this? The preventive aspect of cancer. Those who have had surgeries, so they fear of recurrence. No? It can reoccur, and there is also people who feel that they have a genetic history, they have a family history of cancer, and they fear that they should not get the cancer out of their family history. So how do you think, what do you think about the preventive aspect?
nothing to worry about these things because those people who spread the fear with the little knowledge or partial knowledge, they don't know who control our. If you understand who control our cancer, is a simple problem. I know the present generation may take a simple problem, but cancer is really a simple problem. provided we understand how it develops, what are the causes that produced it from all possible. Unfortunately, today in medical, the whole dimensions are not scientifically understood. This is the reason why cancer remains a big problem, challenging problem, because they study only one third of it, the physical plane alone.
Yeah.
That's why the today's medical science need immediate furtherance from linear or material science to holistic or linear, because a living organism can survive only with the mind, body, and soul, especially totally ignoring mind and soul scientifically limit our medical research one third, and that's the reason why two-thirds, and that two-third is the most important cause. Without identifying the causes of that area and rectifying it, how can we cure a cancer or even prevent? And unfortunately, today's world, more and more they are corrupting the mind of a person from their thoughts, that most destructive miasma in our thought vibrations,
Yes.
that we need to realize and we need to.
That's true, but the all the reasons come from these emotions and all these things, and it's really impossible for every person to be so spiritual and saint-like, and somewhere then originates from that aspect, the cancer. So of course, even if you are not able to do so, homeopathic medicines are there to help you out. Anytime you see the investigation report and you see that the reports are positive for cancer, and then the patient undergoes so much emotional turmoil, you know just looking at the investigation report, once the doctor says you have this cancer, gone is the patient. 50% of his emotional strength is gone, and he or she goes into a panic situation. So how to handle this, doctor?
Simple. Our treatments in my approach, we begin group genetic test. So the first thing we do is educate the patient and the whole family, including the report, how cancer develops through the group genetic approach. Because the truth will let you free. Immediately after the group genetic counseling, see a sigh of relief in my life.
Okay.
They know what is happening in life. Then they know this much simply,
Yes.
so that itself will relieve them. And if the condition is within the reversibility, most of the patients get well. Get well. Those who are reluctant, because the current society and those who educate the world are trusting very strictly that are the norms of the world today, and some of them egoistically stick to that norm. Difficult to shift their paradigm, concept, and attitudes. They go on suffering.
Yes, so true. And many of the times I have seen that patients suffering from cancer, and who are under treatment suddenly change their perspective towards the life. It happens. Have you observed this, sir? So I have seen patients being like that. Even myself, I had a sudden shift of perspective towards life, and suddenly all the things changed. My thought process changed and everything changed, and it is like liberating. We don't have any kind of competition, we don't have any kind of anger towards anybody, we don't have jealousy towards anybody, and everything feels so light and so happy. So this kind of shift I have observed in my life, and I see that patients who have been undergoing this kind of treatments and all for surgery, they also undergo this shift in their thought process and shift in the perspective towards life. So what do you want to say about this?
Definitely, that is true. That is, if you do that with a clear and complete understanding on of the organ you are affected, then it will be finest.
Mm-hmm.
We are speaking about a general thing, very,
Yeah.
but if you understand the particular to the organ you are affected, that will be the most appropriate. So that is advantage they will get through our. And what you said is absolutely correct, but it don't happen with the other patient or most of the patient. That will cause to suffer and they gain problem uh, end their life.
Yes, yes.
You are lucky to develop that transformation. That
Yes, yes, I feel so. I have taken homeopathic medicines for myself also. So I feel grateful that I'm into in this field, and I am also grateful that I have people like you and so many doctors who are colleagues with me, and they have been helping me too in many things. So it's a wonderful thing, and absolutely the thought process absolutely changes towards the universe, towards people, to everything. In the similar way, the people whom I have been treating also have undergone such kind of changes. So it's absolutely amazing for me. Even though we talk about energy medicine, even we talk about the thought process and emotions and all that playing an important role, the stress playing a very important role in the development of cancer, so people somewhere have to shift towards homeopathy also for the their treatments, and to understand how it works in cases of cancer. So that's very important thing. Another thing, one thing I wanted to ask you is about the investigations, especially in case of genetic, cancers like hormone receptive positive cancers and all. No, people do this genetic counseling, and they also undergo surgery even before it is detected. Like Meghan Markle, or some celebrities who have been detected with this kind of cancers, they immediately went and undergone the surgery to prevent the occurrence. So is this advisable? Do you think it is advisable?
I also suggest surgery for breast cancer or many other cancers.
Yes.
When we give our medicine, these are normally multiplying cells are the enemy of our body. So
especially in
these
especially
cells,
in BRCA1 or BRCA2 positive, where genetic changes, and there are chances that that patient, if the genetic test comes positive, there are chances that they may have it in future, maybe sooner or later. So what these people,
the BRCA,
celebrities especially, they
BRCA1,
are, yeah, say
the
they do
BRCA1 and
the,
BRCA2 genes are,
yes. So they do this
tell me,
risk reduction surgeries. So they just understand the risk
no,
and they undergo the surgery even without having it. So yeah, that is why I'm
absolutely
asking that.
unnecessary.
Is it
That is
advisable?
total ignorance. That is because ignorant people are they don't know from where their, for example, Jolie, who removed both in fear of breast cancer.
Yes, in fear, in
That
fear.
is totally nonsense and uh, lack of cooperation. That is an absolutely wrong decision. I came to know about through media. I have no direct connection with other. Definitely advise her not to do clarity.
Yes.
It was just a panic from ignorance. She did it due to the ignorance of the doctor. What?
Yes. So even the studies
It
they
is
have said
totally
that
under the
yes, even the studies they have said that a positive result does not guarantee that you will get a cancer. The studies
Mm.
regarding the BRCA test, BRCA1 or BRCA2 genetic test. The test studies itself they have said that there is no guarantee that it will produce the cancer in future, but there is
It's,
a risk. There is a risk of developing, but that doesn't guarantee. But
no,
even
the
though
risk exists
yes.
only as long as the cause persists. When you identify the cause and rectify that cause or exists,
Yes. So
those
basically,
who are unable to do that
yeah.
are the ones fearful about it.
Yes. So basically, you have to identify the causes. You need to understand the lifestyle changes. They have to how to adapt, and the any kind of food or diet. All these things. If you adapt all this, then there are less chances of getting that. And before even the organ gets involved, it's not advisable. Even I think the same. Thank you, doctor, for answering any all the queries and discussing so nicely about the cancer and the homeopathic aspect and the role of homeopathy in cancer. Do you want to say something else regarding the role of homeopathy in cancer?
Definitely, homeopathy is a nature medicine, no doubt in it.
Hmm.
Whatever the present science that is incomplete, say homeopathy is unscientific. That is not the truth.
Hmm.
It's because it is said by a group of business people who control the medical industries today. But the truth will come out.
Yes.
They are conducting researches not to identify truth. They are conducting truth to identify a product to sell, market, money out.
Yes. One more
That is
question.
not a truth of
One more question. Sorry to interrupt you, but one more question comes into my mind. This recently the HPV vaccine was introduced in India, and it was made mandatory for all the people to have it. What do you have to say about it? It is given to people as a preventive for the cervical cancers. So,
for
what
me. It is a nonsense.
your opinion? Yeah.
I am not at all in favor of that because there is no proof that virus
I've seen people,
either
doctors say that do you favor your life more than the side effects of the HPV? It is said that
no
this
no no.
HPV vaccine have the side effects of having an impact on the reproduction system of the girls.
No, actually, cervical cancer itself is very limited. I don't think a larger number of people are affected with cervical cancer. That was only in the beginning. Cervical cancer was common in women in the beginning of the certain change happened. Now it is no more. Now the uterine cancer is happening. And this human papilloma virus was only straightforward in certain few percentage or less than percentage of sample in certain countries. I don't name the country. That happened to see only in sex workers. Are all women in the world are sex workers to put HPV vaccine in all ladies? Uh, but those who understand the politics of the world understand. Those who, those people who introduce such a vaccine are those that you realizing sooner or later as understand the impact of mRNA for COVID. So it is a wrong vaccine in my opinion, and it has cervical cancer itself is the big issue now. So our and these human papilloma virus were few samples of sex work in certain countries. Doesn't mean that
Yes.
virus,
Correct. That was made for them.
virus cause cervical cancer.
Yes, that was made for them, but now they have made it mandatory for every girl above 14 years, like and which is, who has
See,
had
the
puberty.
COVID in mRNA was the vaccine earlier
Yeah.
was forcefully um, used as a for uh, COVID-19 a symbol without proving it complete because of political of the of the world.
Yes.
They are the one doing. Now they are questioned in the world. Sooner or later, all this truth will come out where we cannot do anything.
Hmm.
But they are doing so inhuman. I think we wise human beings should not follow them. My world. Even the government of India, who introduced the COVID vaccine, made an affidavit in the Supreme Court when some people questioned that COVID vaccines are not. But
Yes.
we all know that there are programs that you can go out home, you cannot go to school, employees go to the workplace without the vaccine. It was made by force in an other country. So they are deceiving humanity and the people. It is a
Yeah.
kind of deception and cheat. So we should be wise in understanding those who control the world, especially those who control
Yeah. Sorry
United
to interrupt
Nations
you,
and
Doctor.
so.
Uh, I think that your voice was breaking somewhere while you're talking. Um, so this it was a very interesting topic, and your all the things which you explained about cancer and homeopathy, how it works, was interesting. One more thing which you would like to tell to people here listening to us about the not regarding the treatment, not regarding any investigations or anything, but about the lifestyle changes which the every human being should make to prevent cancer. What do you think is very important
So
regarding
lifestyle
food?
means not the food management is only one side of
Hmm.
it. It is the modification in our concept, attitude, philosophy of thinking.
Okay.
As I told you, our thoughts are very important in development of, and our thoughts are generated by the attitude of philosophy that is invented or educated. If we educate our children with the wrong philosophy, most especially the women of who are destined to become mothers, because both men and women should be born in the world or a woman who can become a mother's mind is corrupted. The new generation will be modified. So it is
Absolutely.
great responsibility that our women should understand and keep their purity, neutrality of their mind, body, thought to help healthy new generation. My hope.
Absolutely right, and I agree with you 100% to this because the thoughts either developed in a man or a woman, especially woman because she is related to the womb and the baby growing in it. And the thoughts have such a dynamic impact on your on her own body. It has that capacity to change the DNA, to change the genes, undergo mutation. So that kind of impact the thoughts have, that kind of energy the thoughts have. So it's very important to mind the thoughts and mind the mind, and also be grateful to this earth, to the universe, to the people around you, and to whatever you are getting in life, and proceed with life. This is one spiritual aspect which you have explained, Dr. Shaji Kudiyat, and really I accept this, and I think I agree this, and every human being should follow the, this kind of thought process. So grateful to you for you have been in this show and given such beautiful thoughts about homeopathy, about cancer, and about the lifestyle of the people to prevent cancer. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.